Welcome and welcome back. Thank you for stopping by, fellow fans of Clash of Clans, for Itsu versus Galadon, the final showdown. Okay, maybe not exactly, but yes, we did turn to my main man, good friend, 900 IQ player, caster, commentator, content creator, Itsu. And he is going to, we're going to have a full-on interview with him today, talking about the meta, talking about Builder Hall 10, Builder Base 2.0, and what he thinks about it. We're going to get some great tips that have already helped me out, and I promise to pass more along to you if you stay subscribed, turn on notifications, and it wouldn't hurt to throw Itsu a follow and a sub as well. The guy has amazing, like I said, 901 IQ content. Also, consider using code Galadon. If you refuse to use code Galadon, please use code Itsu. If you refuse to use code Itsu, please use code Galadon. It helps the channels a great deal. And yes, okay, so we are looking at some replays from Itsu. We're going to get into the conversation with him. I hope you guys learn a lot because I certainly did. Here we go. Itsu, thank you so much for joining me. It has been a long time since we talked. It's great to have you back on the channel.
Thank you so much for inviting me. I mean, yeah, indeed, it was a long time, but happy to be back.
Well, thanks, Itsu. And yes, more than ever right now, it is as if I really need some Itsu strategy in my life. Builder Hall, I mean, I remember that you and I both were pretty into the original Builder Hall when it first came out, and you were pretty competitive, as I recall. You were in the leaderboards for quite a while.
Yeah, I finished on rank 1 once, and overall, I had a lot of fun, like, pushing and doing all of that stuff. And I feel like with Builder Hall 8 and 9, they were, as they already told us, going to the wrong direction with, like, making everything, like, just too much, too similar to the home village. So I'm really looking forward to the changes they made now to the builder base.
Yeah, so okay, so let me go ahead and ask this question early then. Do you plan on trying to play competitively at least for a while when the new Builder Hall 10 comes out and this whole Builder Base 2.0 is released?
I will for sure push, yes. I mean, overall, it's just like, it's kind of like the game mode, which I was always hoping for. I mean, you have no training time. You can grind non-stop. You're not limited to those 8 attacks, which means on a weekend, if you have time, if you just want to like play the game, you can. You're not limited by anything. So I just enjoy that a lot, having everything on my own to decide.
I couldn't agree more. And to use another Itsu phrase, I found it super annoying that there was always that limitation. I thought that was a terrible thing, and I'm so glad that's not here. Now, you're right. People can endlessly grind and max out faster if they want. But man, I'll tell you right now, I'm intimidated by it. I have to make an admission. During this whole testing phase, I have not achieved a single 3-star against a fully maxed out Builder Hall, or I'm sorry, a single 6-star. See, I don't even have the terminology right yet. A single 6-star against a fully maxed out Builder Hall 10 yet. It seems difficult.
Yeah, Builder Hall for sure, like Builder Hall 10 for sure is by far the hardest. I feel like they have tweaked quite a bit because it was not always that way, but I'm really glad that they made it more difficult. And I feel like at the same time though, you can as well like let us know how you feel about it. I feel like since you 3-star at least once, kind of like getting the first stage done, there's still this achievement feeling, feeling of having success, and you kind of feel like that you are sometimes at least close, even though it's still quite a few defenses. But it's just this second stage which just seems so small sometimes. So I think overall it's not as devastating as like Town Hall 15, where you finish on like 60-70% and you feel like, oh, half the base is still there. It's not that feeling for me in Builder Base.
You know, it's funny that you say that because I do get that same feeling. Like when I get to the second stage, I feel like I've really done something right. Like, yeah, I'm on the second stage. I'm killing it. I wiped out that first stage. I may not have a lot left, but sometimes you could get a lot done on that second stage. You could grab like maybe the 4th and 5th stars with only, you know, a battle machine, a copter, and maybe 1 or 2 other units. So I see what you mean. I know we're not talking about Home Village that much. And of course, that does annoy a lot of people because they wanted more Home Village content. But I agree that Town Hall 15, 3 stars are pretty tough. I'm not seeing the complaints that I saw in my community before Town Hall 15, where people were saying offense was way too strong. I feel like 3 stars at Town Hall 15 are much harder. And I saw that even in the recent, like the tournaments with the Snapdragon series with Tribe, you saw a lot of 2 stars from some of the top players.
Yeah, I'm really into like stats because, I mean, you always have your personal feelings and everything, but if like stats most of the time tell a pretty accurate story about what is going on. And I mean, we had on Tunnel 14 round about like a 70% hit rate
Okay.
in the World Championship. And those qualifiers right now, we're around about on the 36% mark, which is
Oh
around
my
about half
gosh.
as we had on Tunnel 14. So I feel like, yes, it got way harder. And in my opinion, it should be a little bit easier. Like if we could just like turn it up by percentage, which is obviously not possible. But if it would be possible, I think around about like 40 to 45% hit rate for the pros would be quite nice. Suited to watch for a viewer. At the same time, though, for a regular Clash, it would not feel like impossible. And I think this is something where hopefully Supercell is going to get towards, and maybe with like future changes of like level, which might still come for like offense and defense, they're going to tweak that. Let's see.
Right. I would love to see that too. And it's funny, I did see that. And I actually found it as a viewer, just being honest, a little bit disappointing to watch a bunch of what a lot of pros consider fails, a lot of 2-star attacks. It's much more exciting to see a 3-star. And when you have, like you said, maybe a third of those attacks being 3 stars, it doesn't feel the same as it did when it was much higher before. And yeah, you're right. I know the balance is crazy difficult to strike, and the Clash of Clans team to get it just right, to, you know, make it fun for amateurs but not too easy for the pros. That is so hard to do. I'm hoping. I mean, I know a lot of people are looking forward to the next Home Village content update, and hopefully 3 stars will be a little more common. But okay, so let's try to focus on the task at hand. I love talking about Home Village primarily, but I'm going to get excited about this new Builder Hall stuff as well. And it sounds like you are. I'm not going to probably go as crazy as I did. In fact, I'm actually thinking it would be fun if I didn't gem the Builder Hall to max and maybe grind out my walls using this new strategy, because the system does seem like it's going to be pretty entertaining.
Yeah, I fully agree. I mean, I will probably as well like buy offers and things which are available, and then after that, I will just like farm the rest, because as well as different to Home Village, where it feels like you're doing 8 attacks every single day. And I'm sorry for like getting back again to Home Village, but comparing those two villages where you have to do those 8 attacks every single day, where it matters that you get as fast as possible to max if you want to push high, if you want to have that advantage. But in Bitter Base, in theory, you could push on the last 1 or 2 days to the top spots, right? Because if you invest a lot of times on those 2 last days, and I think that's really, really cool overall, that most of people have like busy lives, so they cannot grind Bitter Base and stuff non-stop. So let's say they have a free weekend and they really want to push high, they can invest their time and really have a lot of time investment on those specific days, which then makes it, in my opinion, way more entertaining to play.
Interesting. Yeah, that does make a lot of sense. That's true. And I hadn't really given that thought. And I definitely have that problem in my own life. Some raid weekends, I'm so busy, I don't have a chance to get all my attacks done. Legend League, I generally try not to push until the end of the season. So that should give players flexibility. And now there's so many different things to do. Gold Pass, CWL, Clan Games, Clan War, Clan Capital. It can kind of seem a little overwhelming sometimes. Okay, now let's get into some strategy, Itsu, because man, I'll just be honest, I need some tips. I need to know where the OP strats and the OP troops are at Builder Hall 10, because I haven't found any strategy. Like Dropship Minion doesn't seem to work for me. Giants and Cannon Carts, there's no like easy, simple go-to strategy that I see.
Yeah, so depending on when the video goes live for you, I actually did or will do a video about the best strategies. And Bitter Hall 10 for me is just dragons, like baby dragons, and 1 cannon card. That's by far, I guess, the easiest and best combined. Baby dragons are, I don't want to already call them broken, but they feel pretty strong and easy to use. So I think for someone who's not like as invested in learning every single strategy and counter specific parts of the base, I think cannon card and baby dragon, the combination works really well. It's typically one cannon card, and otherwise only baby dragons. And that's pretty much it.
Nice. Well, obviously, throughout this video, people have been able to watch your attacks in the background, so they've kind of gotten a sneak peek into the strategies you're using. And obviously, it goes without saying, everybody should be, as part of watching this video, going over to Itsu's channel, if they're not already subscribed. And they probably are already subscribed and they saw your video first before they came over here, because they want the hardcore strategy. They want the wins. Over here, yeah, I can't make those promises, but like I said, so we follow Itsu's strategy. Obviously, I love the looks of Builder Hall 10. We're going to try those strategies out ourselves here at Builder Hall 10. And now for the last 10 minutes or so, we've gotten a look at some triples from Itsu, and we're all ready for Builder Hall 10. So thank you for helping us get prepared, Itsu.
You're welcome. Maybe I can help.
You can always help. I mean, I'll admit, just between you and me, and the 4 people watching, you're like the only YouTube channel on Clash of Clans that I have time to watch these days. But I make sure I get over there so I can learn the metas and the strategies. And I'm excited. I'm ready to play. I don't know if it's going to revitalize Builder Hall and make it like as popular as the home village. I don't think that's ever possible. But hopefully more people will be interested in it after the update.
Yeah, I feel like the only thing I'm hoping for is that people give it a chance, because I think the feedback so far I have seen from most of the people who have tried it is pretty much everyone started with, I have not liked the old beta base that much, but the new beta base is a ton of fun, it's super strategic and so on. So I just hope that everyone gives it a chance. And I think a lot of people will be surprised how much fun the new beta base is overall to play.
I definitely got that feeling myself, and it kind of came through to me when I started playing the challenges. I was like, hey, wait a minute, this is completely different and pretty fun. So I agree. I'm giving it a chance, and we'll see what the feedback is. Itsu, thank you again for your time. I know you're a busy man, so get out there and get to grinding. And of course, we will stay in touch and talk to you again soon.
Yeah, sounds good. Thank you so much for inviting me.
So there you have it, straight from one of the top pros' mouths in the history of all of Clash of Clans, Itsu. And yes, okay, so this interview was conducted before the update came out. Obviously, you heard some of the references earlier in the interview. And yeah, okay, I've had a chance since the interview to try out the strats that we saw here. And yes, they work pretty well. I have gotten my own 6-star attacks in now on fully maxed Builder Hall 10s. I hope you guys will as well. And just like Itsu said, I hope that everybody at least gives it a try, gives it a chance, because you might be surprised. I will admit, I was surprised myself early on in the beta testing of the new update. I wasn't that excited, and as more time passed, as more attacks and strategies materialized, I've had a blast, and I think you guys probably will too. So let me know down in the comments, share your thoughts, feedback, and your own OP strategies, and thank you so much for sticking around all the way to the end of the episode. True #Galafam. Now get out there, make the best of the rest of your day, week, month, and year. Be kind to other people, animals, and the planet. Touch grass, and I'll see you all back here again tomorrow for more fuller 6-star attacks.
Galadon, when a new update comes out, why do you always interview Itsu? Interview a real pro. Interview Peter $17.